Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come to tell you that on a main life, we are moving on. And the updates from this channel is very authentic and we'll match it with videos most times. And this video was shared by our Prime Minister because people don't even believe what we are doing. And they believe in what is not working for them. They believe in what is called Nigeria because of mental slavery. And you think such thing will lead us help any headway? No, it is still the same thing that happened to forefathers that will happen to us if we don't take another drastic measure to cut off from what they refuse to do. What is that? Not allowing Biafra to come, signing up against Biafra. No, that's the worst that happened to them. But this time, we must sign in for Biafra. It doesn't matter what it takes. We will not mind it. But Biafra will come. And this footage is an old one, very old. I want you to please share this to DOS. Share this to saboteurs. Share this to Igbo elders. Igbo elders. Igbo elders. This one, is it lie or is it true? This video is old. Listen.
This is the root of the problem we have. Mr. Chairman, the Secretary to the conference, distinguished delegates, I will be very brief, there will be no padding. I wish to thank the President for this opportunity for re-engineering the country. I wish to go straight to say that the problem we have in this country is because we are suffering from mental slavery. Over 300 years ago, our parents sold our brothers and sisters into slavery. 300 years later, we are not different. We are still selling ourselves into slavery. There is no originality in this country. This is the root of the problem we have. Those days, the price for the slaves were trinkets, beads, gunpowder, gin, thank you very much, and so on. The price today is foreign aids. The price today is political influence. The problem we have is not of our own making. And unless we address those issues, our collusion with the colonial masters is going to cause us more problems. If we look all around, look at the ceiling, there is nothing that is new, nothing indigenous in this hall. The country itself is not indigenous. Even the coup, we are blaming the military. Even the coups that we have is not of our own making. I believe there is the author of one of the books I have read in this conference who stated that the idea of a coup was first suggested in one of the military conferences they attended in America. I will go straight to read, with your permission, Mr. Chairman, what the respected Alhaji Shehu Shagari has put in his book. And I ask every member here to get that book, because I know most members here have the book written by Clinton, but they have not put the book, they have not bought the book written by Haji Shehu Shagari. And I'm going to quote what he has written. Quote, I was particularly struck by a conversation I had with a Greek professor attached to an international agency in Geneva. He told me his opinion of why West Europeans were supporting the rebellion against Nigeria. It was, he said, common among Westerners to sympathize with the underdog in any dispute. which in this case happens to be the Eastern Igbo. But what was even more important to the West was that Nigeria was a potential rival power in Africa, a force which had to be checked before it becomes a threat to Western European interests on the continent. The Biafran challenge, accordingly, provided a suitable opportunity to trim Nigeria's growing wings. He said that according to certain estimates, Nigeria was sitting on a keg of oil, which, given a suitable condition, would make it so rich in just 10 years, that is by 1978, that Nigeria would not require any aid from Europe. Indeed, Nigeria would be in a position to assist other African countries, especially the poorer ones, and thus undermine an important basis on which European influence was exercised over them. I underline that. He did not therefore think that Europe would stand idly by and watch Nigeria become to Africa what the United Nations had become to Western Europe. The rebel enclave, on the other hand, could be encouraged to become a rich but small and manageable African country, which would still be dependent on the West, just as some small oil-rich Arab countries have been. Finally, he assured me that whatever happened in the future, the West would never allow Nigeria to develop to a position where its wealth and power would threaten West European interests in Africa. Mr. Chairman, I don't need any comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know these men, most of them are not alive. This speech is the reality that they will never ever allow Biafra to exit, because Biafra exit means development in Africa, means that Africa will not need aid again from Western world. And that is why when we are doing our self-referendum, people are asking, is UN monitoring it? No UN is monitoring anything. It is our self-referendum, our own thing. We are doing it our own self. We want to agree ourselves that, okay, this is what we want. And then we'll know how to defend it. Because if you don't vote, and if we are not united, there's no way we can have it. But if within ourselves we are united, and eventually they find out that the few people are the ones fighting Biafra, then if we declare it, we defend it. That is what we should know.